Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I was explaining.
Now.
The reason I was explaining about the Saints.
Okay.
Is because if you there's this statistics of percentage of saints of Italy and the Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. You know, the not holy, not Roman, not an empire. So, in the 11th century, Italy had 20.3% of all saints, while the Empire had 25.
All right.
The rest are like around the world. By the 14th century, Italy had 69% of saints.
Oh Jesus, SGD, no.
While the Empire only had 6.5.
There we go. Here's SGDs.
And then the 15th was a slight improvement with 63.8%, while the Holy Empire only had 4.8.
Here we go. SGD, say something for me.
It's awfully convenient.
Alright,
just in time.
Oh, alright.
I also posted my bookcases in the stream back room.
Also, I other than override, I do have something else to show you guys.
Hold on. I gotta fix everyone's PNGs last minute on stream since everyone sort of came in a little bit late. It's fine though.
Oh my god!
Hold on. What is that reaction? You sound like you're choking to death. Like. Oh, I'm not looking right now. I have to fix everyone's PNGs. I gotta focus on that. I'm the one hosting this podcast. Remember, I gotta fix everyone's PNGs in place for the new spooky month.
Change.
How?
So change.
What is this?
Wait, hold on. Keep that camera on, Nick. I'll take a look at it. Just give me one more minute.
Alright. So Change, what you're telling us is that you are the one who controls the fixing sticks.
Yes. Alright, let me see. What you got to show me.
Okay, so this is a bit of a context. So I went out with my I was out in the city with my sister just to hang out and stuff like that. And
alright, nothing wrong with that.
Town, not city, but whatever.
Okay.
Basically, what we did is we went to two places other than Walmart and dinner.
Okay.
The other place one of the places I'll talk about later. This one is a place called Rocket Fizz, and it's a soda shop.
Oh, I know Rocket Fizz. There was a Rocket Fizz in my mall area. I know what you're talking about. I know about Rocket Fizz. I used to go there with my Seattle friend. Yeah.
So I decided to get a couple flavors.
Uh-huh.
And I definitely knew I had to get this one.
All right.
I also have a PNG so you could show everyone you don't need to show the camera, but like.
I remember Rocket.
Give me
terrorizing taste.
Terror! Oh my goodness! Hold on. Give me 1 second, everyone. Give me a second.
Nuclear orange bomb.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't it Rocket Fizz? I remember that shop. They used to be one in my mall before
exactly.
Before it got closed down.
I know. Well, okay, so the Rocket Fizz that I used to go to in moved locations, I know where that Rocket Fizz is, but like I haven't been there in a long time. I used to go there because again, my Seattle friend, he used to work at Rocket Fizz before he moved. Now he's back. I don't know if he's still working at Rocket Fizz or not. Probably not, but like hold on. Let me show this. Let me show this damn bottle. I got the PNG of what you're drinking, though. So, I'm so lonely, so lonely and sad and alone. Gulp, 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 gulp. There we go.
Where's shit, I think I need to get like a.
Oh, what you looking for?
Someone opened this bottle with. There it is.
Hey, Ray's in the chat. How you doing, Ray?
Hey.
We're not starting like start just yet. We're just gonna wait a little bit more till more people come in. But in the meantime, we're just shooting the shits. And oh man, I got rid of the image as soon as Ray came in. I gotta bring it up again. The bottle.
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Look. This is literally what Nick is drinking right now. He showed me his camera in Discord, but like, this is what he's drinking right now.
I don't know what store you guys are talking about, but I just like to imagine it's a store where everyone looks like 1950s soda jerks.
Oh.
While they hand you your Kim Jong
I have to know actually real quick. Is the Rocket Fizz that I used to go, the new Rocket Fizz location, is that still open? Cause COVID and all that shit.
What killed them all, Changus? COVID or Amazon? Which
probably
makes
both.
it sad.
Probably a combination of the two.
Yeah, it's probably both. Oh yes, it's still there. Okay, it's not at the mall anymore,
Okay.
but the relocated area that Rocket Fizz is, it's still there. That's great. Maybe I should go visit it sometime. Wait, I have to ask, Ray. In Minnesota, is there a Rocket Fizz where you are? I want to know that. Is there a Rocket Fizz? But yeah, Rocket Fizz is like this soda candy shop. Like let me see. Rocket Fizz. Here, I'll show you the Rocket Fizz where that I used to go to, at least a relocated area. I can show you that if it'll let me. If it'll let me, please walk with me. Oh my goodness, no, you're not gonna work with me. Oh my goodness, it's not gonna work with me. Are you serious? Okay, then you know what? I'll share my screen in Discord then. Let me share my screen in Discord.
Discord.
Ooh, Discordception. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. Rocket Fizz. It's like a candy soda shop.
All right, taste test.
How's it taste?
Pretty good.
Oh, nice.
It's like an orange creamsicle.
Oh yeah, there's also like this wall where you got like a bunch of like comic cover like boards and posters. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still open. That's great. That's great to hear that it's still open. The big
How is
V
my
didn't
bucket?
kill it.
I'm surprised I didn't make a big bring on the death of the American mall yet.
We should do that. I want to do that too.
Check out Meme Channel.
Let me see what you put in meme channel. Collective.
I know. That is so true. I hate it.
Collective.
What?
Collective.
And all I want for Christmas is you.
But with
Music
collective
combined with collective
consciousness.
consciousness lyrics.
Nice argument there. Why don't you back it up with a source?
Wait.
My
I
source
know
is
in the
that
comments of one of these there's an amazing just a second. Where is
Oh,
it?
okay.
Mariah Carey single-handedly made me hate her with one song.
Hey, Chelsea's here. Hey, Chelsea. We're not starting like start for real just yet. We're gonna wait like maybe like 5 more minutes, and then we'll like start. Do house cleaning and all that, and we'll jump right in. We're just shooting the shits until maybe more people come in.
Ninjato, you get less sleep tonight.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. I organized this so that way all the Easterners except not go first. and it's nothing
Which is fine,
it's nothing
'cause I
against
don't work
not. It's just not usually takes a while. So I like to get the people that talk a lot, kind of push it to a little bit the latter half, so that way, once people are settled in, they're not bored by one topic. At least in the beginning. And also because I enjoy not talking.
I should just do like an ASMR of not talking.
Relax. wait. Relax, Jack. It's a war on Christmas. We're not out to kill good boys and girls. Naughty extremists, Santa deniers, Grinches.
Yes.
Of course, that would have to include you. Wouldn't want any eyewitnesses report what eyewitness reports complicating the Christmas spirit. We're making the mother of all eggnogs, Jack.
Jack can't fight over every
egg.
James,
Yes.
awesome. Do you have a stream planned tomorrow?
A plan tomorrow? No.
I have an interesting idea.
Okay.
Want to do a read along of the Transformers Halloween special?
Ooh.
No, Gentleman's Halloween
A
special.
read-along stream? You know what? We could do that. I can do that. I'm okay with that. I don't think I have anything tomorrow, so yeah. Probably push it towards like like the usual like late night streaming time, but
I'm cool with that.
yeah, but okay. Yes, Chelsea, SGD is Garamon, and Chelsea, the wig I have is Gary Oldman's wig from when he was doing Dracula.
Played Ranger games, that's a cushy North Pole school. Try Santa's workshop. Could have gone pro if I'd enjoyed the sleigh ride. I'm not one of these candy cane pansies. I could break Saint Nick in two with my bare hands. Don't fuck with this elf.
Also, Gary Oldman single-handedly ruined that depiction of Dracula for me. You wanna know why?
Why?
In the second Hotel Transylvania movie, Mel Brooks flat out said to someone in a Gary Oldman Dracula costume, "What's going on that day with your head? It looks like my mother's boobies."
It looks like my mother's boobies.
Chelsea, what are you talking about? There is no SGD here. Oregamamon.
Oregamamon. I haven't caught up with. I always say this. There's so many things I need to catch up on. I still need to finish Double O, but I'm just really invested in Witch from Mercury right now. And then and what else do I gotta put aside to actually watch Digimon again.
Jeez, episode 50 comes out today.
I know. I'm sorry. I got caught up in a lot of stuff. I do need to for sure need to finish Double O season 2 because I told myself I was gonna do a 2 cents on that. I did season 1. I don't know, but all right. But then, anyways, all right. Let's see how long.
I still have to finish Wing.
Yeah, Wing. You gotta finish that too.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm at the episode. Oh, man, you guys didn't warn me enough about Dolores' eyebrows. it's one thing seeing it in a picture. It's another thing seeing it animated.
It actually.
Yeah, like here's the thing. Every episode I always comment about her evil looking eyebrows. Like, come on, how can you trust a woman with that evil looking
Come on, all Dolores wants is us to just give War a chance.
Oh my goodness.
Give War a chance, Relina.
There was an image. It said this chick is Kill Automino, but a woman. You want me to go over what I have in my shelves?
Okay, sure. Real briefly, sure.
Okay, so on the black shelf, on the top we got my 2 Bat Family statues, Nightwing and Batgirl. The Cassandra K, not the wheelchair. And then we got some Gunpla. The top one is all the top row of shelves is all comic books. except for those 2 pops. I also put a lot of my gunplay there.
All right.
We got Superman, Batman, Teen Titans, Bat Family, and some Marvel comics. Bottom left, I'm using that my one JoJo volume to I usually put DC to New Frontier right there at the end, but I took it out and I didn't want all those things falling, so I put JoJo right there. But we got
Where's the rest of JoJo?
JoJo.
I'm content with watching the anime. I got some Justice Society, Watchmen, Kingdom Come, a whole bunch of other stuff. Next to it, I got all of Full Metal Alchemist.
Ooh.
Next to it, I have the first 3 books in The Expanse.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's all. That whole thing is sci-fi. I got Dune, Honor Harrington, Starship Troopers, Ultra Carbon. Next one is the red book is Sherlock Holmes collection. Got some Ennard Games, Jade City, Sword of the Future King, and a skull. I call it Bob. Next row, a whole bunch of Invincible, and a whole bunch of history books. Next to that, got some a whole bunch of games. Behind that, I got my 2 books that came today. The first Omnibus for the Black Company, and Guards by Terry Pratchett.
Oh, nice.
And the rest of that section, and the section after that is all Warhammer.
Oh, nice.
And the section after that is I have
What's that?
I heard a train coming out of one of your audios.
Ah, sorry.
the section after that. I have my Lord of the Rings stuff, my Middle Earth stuff. I got The Mists of Avalon, the Foundation trilogy, Night Angel trilogy, Mobile Suit Gundam, and the Icewind Dale trilogy.
Gundam.
All collections.
Also,
Nice.
I had no idea Dorothy was actually in American Dad.
All right, bottom left.
She looks. The comment's picture of Dorothy looks like she's the Wugari from Majestic Prince, aka that alien race that I can't give the accurate description on because Xeonic would go into a rage.
All right.
Okay, so bottom left is Horus Heresy. The one next to it is a whole bunch of BattleTech stuff, along with some more Horus Heresy, along with one Warhammer collection. And the one after that is a bunch of video games. Alright, so on the tan shelf, on the top I just have a whole bunch of stuff, some Gunpla, some action figures, a few Mega Blocks, a Riddler hat, a few DC and Marvel stuff. On the top row, I got some Star Wars, I got Witcher, I got the only volume of the first Law trilogy that I'm willing to keep, which is Before They Are Hanged, because that is a fucking amazing book. Too bad about the last book. I'm sure it's good, but I fucking hated it.
Oh.
I couldn't finish it. Not my thing.
All right.
Second book was amazing though. Got some Sherlock Holmes, 10,000 Leagues Under Sea. I got the Dark Elf trilogy. The Sprawl trilogy, the Lonely Dove, I think it was a cowboy book. Next row is a whole bunch of pops, just to fill some space.
Okay.
Bottom of that is all 10 books of the Malazan Book of Fallen, and all 6 books of the Malazan. Stories of the Malazan Empire series.
Okay.
And the 2 Baushi Lane and Quoble Brooch collections. And I got the first 4 Halo books. Next row is a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff, some Roman detective stuff, some fantasy, a few sci-fi. I got one Tom Clancy. At the bottom, I got D&D, I got a cookbook, and I got 6 volumes of Berserk. And at my final shelf, the brown shelf, I got Jade War, which I need to finish. I got the Dresden Files. I have Jim Butcher's other series, the Codex Alera. I haven't started it. The second row, I have all of the Wheel of Time and A Song of Ice and Fire. At the bottom, I got Brandon Sanderson's Skyward, the Cosmere books, the X-Men Mutant Empire trilogy, the first volume of collection of Michael Moorcock's Elric of Melbourne.
All right.
I got
It's a lot of stuff going on
a
there.
mouthful. I got a book called The Rational Male. It's about dating. I got The Black Prism, which I stopped reading a long time ago. I need to pick that up. And finally, last but not least, Conan the Barbarian, all of Robert E. Howard's works on him.
Ooh. Okay.
That I approve of.
I have completed 2 out of 3 volumes, and I need to finish up the lot. And I need to start reading last volume sometime.
All right.
I also have
Okay.
one more book that I know that's going to be coming in soon, which is on the 15th. I'll be getting Brandon Sanderson's The Lost Metal.
All right.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. Gee. Whew. That's quite a mouthful there.
He is a book reader.
I know he's a book reader, but that's still. Woo. That's quite a lot. All right. All right. I'm gonna go ahead.
I think that's train. It was a Scream. Leon Kennedy Scream.
His scream sounds like a train.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I don't know much about Resident Evil, so I don't know. I'm taking your word for it here. Okay. Well, anyways, we've been going. We're now like 30 minutes into this, and now we can finally begin, because actually took longer than I thought with the shelf talk.
Dude,
Hey, we
did you
got
see
first
the
time-
size of those shelves?
I saw the size of those shelves. I'm still though. That's like, wow, that's a lot of stuff there.
I'm
we go.
planning on buying another shelf soon. Probably on the size of the black shelf.
My room is small. I don't really have much shelf space.
I have the whole basement to myself.
You
We got
lucky
a first-time
bastard.
viewer?
Yeah, we got first time viewer. We got the Father Time. Hello, Father Time. Oh man, Father Time's here. Oh shit, what you do, Nick, to get Father Time? Is this like regular show? Remember when Mordecai got in trouble with Father Time because he killed Rigby? Because he simped. Good times. Yeah, Mordecai wasn't. It's funny how regular show you start off like, man, Mordecai's more responsible than Rigby, but as time goes on, you realize, no, Rigby's better.
Yeah.
Rigby has character development.
Yeah. All right. What was I gonna say? Before we actually begin, I just wanted to mention, and I don't really have much space in my room, so if I was to get another shelf, I'm probably gonna have to get another shelf and like slap it on top of this this table next to me. But then that'll be 2 shelves on this table, but then all the Beast Wars stuff is gonna unfortunately be pushed behind just to make storage space, which that's gonna be kind of a shame. I like my Beast Wars guys, but they'll still be there. I just need more space for more Gunpla and Transformers.
I have plenty of space for Gunpla.
Good for you, Matchstick. I don't have a basement, so good for you.
Not my problem.
All right.
Of course, you do have a basement. It's Megatron's basement.
Not that basement. That's a Discord server. All right. So, with that said, with all that rambling out of the way, and now we got some more people in here, we could finally begin the podcast. All right. So, welcome everyone to 2 Cents Live. This is the Halloween special. Ooh, spooky. I am Count Changus. My cosplay is Gary Oldman. I love how we all collectively was like, now this isn't Dracula, this is just Gary Oldman. Just call him Gary Oldman. And then we got I am Count Changas. We got Xeno Nick or the Xeno Goblin.
I am a high-priced Washington lobbyist who wants candy.
Who wants candy?
I'm actually the Xeno Goblin. Also, I have another soda.
Oh, what'd you get this time?
This one. Actually, let me get another PNG so you guys could.
Oh, Martian soda.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. And then on my right, we also got Mr. Van Ninjato.
Here's a PNG.
Hello.
Or is it Ninjato Helsing?
So there's the PNG in case you want to use it. And
right,
it is
here. I can show this real quick.
kumquat flavor.
Kumquat. Ew. That doesn't sound very pleasing. We got Martian soda.
Sorry.
Kumquats are nice.
Really? All right.
Yeah, if you like sour stuff.
Oh no, I don't like sour stuff.
Not too sour. This isn't too sour though.
Oh, okay. All right. We also got Mr. Matchstick, or as he is now known as the Swamp Stick, which I told Matchstick it sounds like a Ben 10 alien name. Say hi, Matchstick.
I have a pool table down here.
Now you're just making me mad, Matchstick.
I can send you a picture for proof.
Oh, don't you fucking dare, man! I'm already jealous enough as it is. You got a pool table. Oh my goodness. All right. We also got
I got it for free. It's a really nice one.
How'd you get a pool table for free?
The previous owners, it would cost too much for them to take it out. So they just left it there.
Hey, careful, Master. You might rip your sleeves from all that flexing.
Oh my goodness.
So,
I also have a little mini gym down here.
Oh my gosh.
okay, so this is the wrong character, but I could definitely feel this image going on.
That image, but with Matchstick, just draining me, just oh.
With the power of the green, he got that cool basement. As quoted by Not, I don't take credit for that.
Oh, god damn it! All right, well we also got SGD here. He's Gamamon, and he's the logo on tap Gamamon. We also got Mr. Black Comet, or
I'm the Black Rider.
It's the Black Rider. Wait, are you Kamen Rider Black?
No, I'm the Black Ghost Rider. Wait, or Black Ghost. I'm Black Ghost.
You're Black Ghost. Oh man, that would be such amazing if you maybe told me to do Kamen Rider Black and put you on top. All right, and then we finally we got Mr. Not the Last One, or Not Nosferatu.
You know, I've never actually read or watched anything with Swamp Thing in it, aside from like a few videos, aside from like crossovers.
I thought you watched that Swamp Thing show.
Heavily recommend it.
Huh.
I am interested in it. People love Swamp Thing, so I'm like, you know, I'm gonna have to get to it sometime.
Heavily recommend the show.
We should all just sit down and watch it. That's what I say we should do. We should just all of us sit down and watch it. No, Chelsea, Not is Nosferatu with a Char-Aznable helmet.
What annoys me is that they didn't dye that chick's hair white, because she looks so cool in the comics with that white hair with the black stripe. All right. So with that said, then the only thing left to say before we move into our topics of the night is just to let people know that if you look to the top left corner of your screen, we got a monthly donation goal of $50. $50 may seem like a lot, but it's not a lot it's not a lot. Plus, it's a monthly goal. Now, we got what?
2 days left? Or 3 days? No, 2 days left. We got 2 days left to hit that goal. And if we don't hit that goal, it's not the end of the world. Don't worry about it. But,
It is.
Oh, okay.
Worry about it.
Oh, okay. I see now. Alright then. Alright, so with that said then, we could get on with the night of spooky Halloween. But firstly, before we get into spooky stuff, we gotta talk about the Bibble stuff.
Oh, what's going on? I didn't know it was alright to eat those guys. I better should check the Brobo. Make sure that's okay.
Oh! Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I thought the same thing when Ninjana said he wanted to cover this movie.
Yeah.
You go to a Catholic neighborhood. You dress up as Martin Luther. People are gonna fucking run.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, so, Mr. Ninjato, tell us, how does Martin Luther nailing his grievances to a church door relate to Halloween? And no, I don't care if that's historically inaccurate. It sounds so much cooler that Martin Luther nailed his thing to the door.
He actually did.
No, he didn't. It's based.
Yeah. Well, close enough.
I don't care, Ninjato. It is, even if it's historically inaccurate, it sounds cooler. I'm gonna nail my grievances onto this door.
He metaphorically nailed it to the wall.
There we go.
And okay. There is some. Also, the point of the 95 Theses is.
It was not it was not a middle finger at the church, but it was like, all right, this is something that we can all discuss. Which leads into, 10, 15 years later, he's screaming against the Pope.
Yeah.
At the court of Saxony. Which, I have that bibliography that I brought for Martin Luther, and I want to see how he goes from, all right, we're going to calmly discuss these things that I have issues with the current church, to angrily screeching at the Pope.
Wow.
Within a castle in Saxony.
Mashtek, here's the funny thing. It happened very quickly.
No, Chelsea. Luther is not the devil. That's Lucifer. It's a different name, Chelsea.
Well, I mean, he's the devil to Superman.
Well, okay. Oh, there you go. Alright, so tell me, Ninjato, what does Martin Luther have to do with Halloween?
So, for one thing, Halloween in of itself is actually multiple religious holidays. I thought I saw the iOS. It was a pagan holiday. It was also a Catholic holiday.
Kind of like how Christmas was once Saturnalia.
Wait, hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
Just real quick. Let me just interrupt. Mr. Comet here gave me $10, and he says, "Here's money for your pool table." Comet, thank you for the money, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little salty now at you.
Okay, let's get back. Okay, so, and it's also the day, October 31st, is the day when the 95 Theses was posted. So that's the connection to Halloween with Martin Luther. It's right. All Saints Day happens right after. But anyway, so
actually, real quick, real quick, I hate to interrupt again.
So,
I have to use the restroom. Keep talking though.
So Ninjato, tell us why are indulgences terrible, no good?
Well, first I have to. I want to cover what the movie is briefly. It covers about. It covers from his conversion, and then it goes quickly. It speeds through his life up until the what is called the Augsburg Confession. Which is like one of the first, I think it's the first Protestant what is now on confessions, where you find denominations, they have a confession. For more of the mainstream denominations, been around for a long time. They have a confession that was made during like 1500s, 1600s. Like my denomination, Presbyterians, we have the Heidelberg Confession, but also the Westminster Confession.
I thought I saw the IRS.
Which each have their own interesting histories, but that is not tied to Martin Luther. So this is not a good film. This is a terrible historical film. First off, the pacing. They cram so much stuff that happened in Martin Luther's life, and then they blitz through it. They crammed a trilogy worth of movies into 2 hours. And then 2, there is major inaccuracies in both history and also Catholic theology. And it's kind of important with Catholic theology because the whole point of the movie is about how Martin Luther started the Reformation that was against, that kind of sprung from Catholic theology. 3, the beginning of the movie, Martin Luther is written, 1, as a crazy person, and 2, a modern person implanted in Martin Luther.
He's like a Reddit atheist.
Oh, no. It's more like a modern Protestant in Martin Luther.
Just lazy.
Yeah, like his scenes, instead of him, like, he's either crazy arguing with the devil, like, in the most extreme way possible. Like, he's actually crazy, not really like a scene where he's hearing whispers of Satan or like his thoughts representing Satan's, and then him doing throwing famously, he threw like a ink bottle against a wall at one point later on in his life. Instead of something like that scene, no, it's just him spending all night ranting, screaming at the devil, like he's Gollum. And then you have moments where, early on, where he acts like he's a total Protestant in a Catholic world. Even though during a time when Martin Luther was a full-on Catholic. Which makes him going against the Catholic Church because of all the corruption that was happening with the Catholic Church. And oh boy, there was a lot of stuff that was going on. It makes it hollow. And you don't sympathize with his struggles at all. Of him, oh no, the Catholic Church are being mean to me.
Oh no, the Catholic Church is being mean.
No internal struggles about his viewpoint of developing what would become Lutheranism. And
well, you got a whole kitchen down there too, Matchstick?
I don't really use it. Not really.
This guy. My goodness.
It's a studio apartment.
Kind of.
Yeah, so anyway, this film, this terrible historical film, because the inaccuracies are so drastic from the way Martin Luther is portrayed. So there are times when Luther is he's written as a crazy person,
okay,
or a modern Protestant, a modern internet Protestant inside Luther in the 1500s, during a time when Luther is a devout Catholic.
Okay.
and they barely attempt to make any Catholics sympathetic at all. They like the only thing sympathetic is like, oh, you're splitting Christendom while at the time when
it's like Elizabeth the Golden Age.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And the writing is like, it's like what you expect. It's pretty much what you expect from a bad historical movie. It's like you have a character who is not really relatable, and you don't understand his struggles as well as it could have been. And also, their finale, their climax of the movie is not the moment where it should have been. The movie should have ended with the Diet of Worms, where Luther makes his famous speech, "Here I Stand," where he officially, where it was a full-on thing where he was like, we're done. I am not gonna try to reintegrate myself with the Catholic Church. Reform it. I'm basically starting my own thing.
Screw you, Catholic Church.
They instead do with the Augsburg Confession, where it becomes more of official because of the local princes.
Martin Luther's gonna create his own version of Christianity with blackjack and hookers.
It's not really created his own version. It's
I know. I just wanted to make that joke.
But
I'm just
like,
you know, whenever I want a good laugh, I just imagine how much the Pope would have wanted to kill this guy who's just sitting in a Saxony castle, printing out propaganda against him 24/7 and causing so much trouble for the Catholics, and he can't get to them.
Well, yeah, because, and the funny thing is, like, this whole hilarious thing in which Catholics which like the hardcore Catholics who hate Luther will never admit. One, Vatican II incorporates almost a lot of the reforms that Luther wanted in the first place.
Oh, so wait, so you're saying a lot of the Catholic Church actually ended up just doing what he wanted?
Well, I mean, they would have had like the big issue back then was that they were that they're basically like, hey, you want salvation? Pay us $100, and then we'll give you.
Actually, okay, match. That not technicality. Okay, so indulgences. I'm
making a generalization.
Yeah, well, that's a super generalization because indulgences.
I mean, that's what people think of indulgences, right?
Yeah, but indulgences, which the film at least did a decent job, for the most part. Where indulgences is not, you get out of hell.
Okay.
It's actually this place called Purgatory, this third place. In Purgatory, the idea is that when you die, you go to hell, and you lived in what is called sanctification. So you're becoming more and more like Christ throughout your life.
All right.
For Protestants, it's like it's always a constant thing, and it's completed in death. We just go to heaven, or if you're a sinner, go to hell. Non-believer, hell. Catholics treat it as more. Well, you see, heaven is super holy, right?
Right.
And you die, and you still got sin left in you. You need to go through a decontamination center for some time to decontaminate yourself from all your sin, the rest of your sin, and then you can go on to heaven. It's like you finish your sanctification through a place where you're gonna go through some punishments, quote unquote punishments, but it's not really heavy punishment. It's not hell. It's
okay.
You do suffer a bit, but it's just in penance for your sin.
So
and indulgences is when the church says your sentence in purgatory is either reduced or in the most extreme cases bypassed. because of either you did a great deed in the church through either giving money, usually it's giving money, or doing something like basically a cardinal or an church official writes a document.
So
gives
the
the seal of approval.
so the generalization though still stands. You're paying your way to heaven. It's just you're paying your way to heaven with extra steps.
No, well, the generalization.
That's what it sounds like. Is at least to me, it sounds like indulgence is just you're just paying to go to heaven, but with extra steps.
It's still not a good practice, especially during this time. So, the film did there is a lot of historical facts, but the way they presented the Catholics, and even they didn't even get crutches right. This girl, they had a girl.
Okay, so what's wrong with crutches?
They had a girl carrying 2 crutches, right?
Okay.
Like the modern 4-spoke crutches.
Okay.
In an era where it was simpler just to do the classic Y crutches.
That sounds like nitpicking, to be honest.
No.
Like to me, like when it comes to historical accuracy, I feel like there's a lot more important things when it comes to accuracy.
Oh yeah, like how Martin Luther is portrayed.
Yeah, that seems more important than
it's
a
more
girl's
salt
crutch.
in the wound. If the creators were not doing as simple as a crutch, right? As simple, most easy thing to look at.
Okay.
They couldn't even do it, the portrayal of Martin Luther, right? They basically stuck with the mythology of Martin Luther. Like, and without exploring the actual person of Martin Luther.
Okay.
Because the film goes by so fast.
Chelsea, crutches are not a new invention.
Yeah, like, unless you're talking about the modern crutches with the modern designs, but like the idea of a crutch has been around forever. And which makes moments, like the only moments that I felt tensions were just like vivid scenes of like the peasant revolt that happened, but that's just because it's like, oh, this was what was it like back then, with kind of the atmosphere of like the peasant revolts or like the Reformation during that time period, in terms of peasants gets angry, they start tearing down churches, and maybe when people are inside and oh no,
Sorry,
not like
I don't really understand that ghastly taco language of yours.
Revolution.
That's why I was afraid you said.
Yeah, but like as opposed to you feel tense for the characters, or like to see if they get to survive. And by the way, there are made up characters, which is like, you know, historical films you kind of want to have to kind of fill up the cast, but they took away from other characters, and they had no purpose. Like two of the characters that the film focused on were made just to die. One to be a Dutch person who died on the border at the end of the movie, and the other one was the peasant girl with the 2 crutches and her mom, to show like the poverty, and then they get killed off during the peasant revolt.
What is my purpose? Die. Oh.
Yeah, and also the woman is supposed to be, she bought indulgence in a moment of Martin Luther. Like, you know, it's a moment where it's supposed to be Martin Luther gets enraged by indulgences.
Uh-huh.
It's like, it's just paper. But this was after his trip to Rome, which was done also inaccurately and not the proper way of doing it. Like, this film does not do a good job of exploring Martin Luther as a person.
Okay.
like during a time when he's supposed to be very serious and very devout, he's either crazy or a modern Protestant person. So he's like post quote unquote conversion, or he's joking. Which is like, Martin Luther did joke, but that happened later on.
Okay.
Because it was after his epiphany. After he kind of solidified about by grace alone, faith alone. And with the 5 solas. And then, like, at the end, they try to throw in Katerina, his wife, in there, like, trying to fit in the proper historical context, but you get very little development. She just shows up, and then they kind of fast-track the romance.
Alright.
And then what they did to Karlstadt, which is supposed to be a more radical reformer than Luther, but as opposed to his Reformation, where it was like more radical compared to Luther, but not extremely radical, they made him basically the instigator of the peasant revolt.
Okay.
Which he wasn't. And by the way, a lot of the big battles, like the peasant revolts and like the massacre from the nobles, reprisals against the peasants, happen off screen.
All right.
Like, I do not know what they were thinking with that third act. Everything was just like, major events going on, stuff that could have been done in a sequel. They could have ended the movie at the Diet Worms because it just affirms who Martin Luther is, and then the second one could be about his legacy. But they didn't. They just wanted to make one Reformation movie, and they throw in like the biggest crime in one of the biggest crimes in a historical movie is that it felt one-sided.
Okay.
And also they portrayed their main character as crazy or modern person. I was offended by the movie.
You were offended? Ooh, that's a strong word.
Oh yeah, the movie is offensive to everyone. Anyone who knows.
Everyone. Whoa, okay. That's a...
The only people. Okay, I will restrain that. The only people who would not be offended are complete idiots.
I'm not offended. I'm a Lutheran, and I'm not offended by this movie. I thought it was dog shit, but I'm not offended.
Well, I am over.
Damn. I mean, all right. Offended is a strong word during the title.
Look, that's just what I feel like it. It's like, in the end, like the historical accuracies exist, whether or not it is a good or bad movie. It's a terrible movie, so the historical accuracies just get worse.
Oh,
yeah,
so
no.
Wait, so it's just on its own, just objectively a bad movie?
Yeah, like because here's the thing, like the better Martin Luther movie would have been you have the finale, your third act at the Diet Worms. You spend the first act trying to build up Martin Luther as a person. And by the way, at the beginning, there's a plot line where Martin Luther and his dad, which is one of the major historical inaccuracies. Martin Luther actually had a decent relationship with his father. And he wasn't just like the film implied that he was just like working in the mines.
Okay.
Working his spot up to send his kid to college and to law school to be in nobility. No, historically, his family was actually well off to do. Like his father was actually a miner. Technically, that's his title, but he was actually an entrepreneur. Like, he owned the mine. He wasn't working the mine. He owned it.
Okay.
And the reason why he was paying to have Martin to go to school was to become a lawyer, so he can help run his business and also be ingratiated with the upper class society. And then Martin Luther had his experience in the field with the lightning. And by the way, in the first scene, Martin did not mention one person that is very important for him, because he was a Catholic. He didn't pray to Saint Anne, who is the mother of Mary, who he did pray during that storm.
Okay.
Like, the film really didn't try to respect the fact that Martin Luther was a Catholic. And go, again, I keep repeating myself. They didn't really care about the potential story and the potential character arc of Martin Luther. They just wanted to give people a certain point of view of historical events, put in some dialogue that is very similar of what they said at that time, to pretend to make it legitimate, but much like Braveheart or bad historical movies.
Oh no, I like Braveheart though.
It's emotional manipulation and not telling you the truth of the actual historical event. And
I'll still watch Braveheart any day.
Because Braveheart is a lot of better made movie.
That, and also I have a personal connection with Braveheart. I watched it a lot with my dad, so.
Look, I'd rather watch Braveheart before this movie again.
Alright. Wait, real quick then, Not. So you said you also watched this movie, so as a standalone movie, besides historical accuracy, why is it shit?
No, it's lifeless. Nothing about it really is inspired, other than just, well, here's his life. Here's how we choose to interpret his life. Yeah. Because Roger Ebert wrote, and I don't like Roger Ebert at all. I think he's a terrible film critic. So it's like the one thing he wrote about the film I actually agree with is like, when you watch the entire film, like Martin Luther doesn't come across as this inspirational figure. He just comes across as, this outsider with low self-esteem.
He comes across as a bitch.
Oh.
Which ironically, here's a fun historical fact. Luther wasn't his family's birth name. It was Luder.
Oh.
They changed it to Luther because Luder in German back then meant a woman of ill repute or bitch.
Bitch.
When you said Roger Ebert, I was thinking about this joke the other day. Ooh, Gene Shalit. I'm the ghost of Roger Ebert. Even in death, I'm still a better critic than you. Leave me alone. Go back to hell.
No.
Man, now I'm just thinking of an alternate timeline where, in the future of that, technically our past, but, Martin Luther's future, in his future in an alternate timeline, the great Civil War, the great Civil Rights leader, Martin Luther King Jr., his name was always meant Martin Bitch King Jr. I have a dream that one day my name will not mean bitch.
Well, yeah. But yeah, yeah, nothing like as not said, it's very soulless because part of the reason the film went by the events way fast. It was just focusing like a snapshot, no development. Some plot lines they just drop or resolve quickly.
Alright. So, I'm assuming this is not a recommend.
Oh no, not. And also, another crime. Martin Luther is not very serious at the beginning, and he doesn't have a good enough temper to start insulting people.
Okay.
Even though it implies that he wrote the works that he contain a lot of his insults.
Cuts to Martin Luther later, screaming at the Pope.
Like,
in front of an audience.
For example, from explanations of 95 Theses, your words are so foolish and ignorantly composed that I cannot believe you understand them.
In other words, he thinks you're an idiot.
Yeah. Like he has his long list of insults. We can have a whole night of insulting each other with Martin Luther insults because they're creative in how over the top ridiculous they are.
Well,
when he gets mad.
Or like does he call? Or like does he say like the Pope? The Pope? I don't know. Like the Pope was born from like I don't know, like a hag or something.
Yes.
Oh.
He calls the Pope straight up the devil.
Ooh, that's a nice insult there. You are the devil.
Or your father's the devil.
Your father was the devil, and your mother smelled of elderberries.
Yes. Yeah, he did.
All right.
I love this. Is my favorite quote of him. You're an abominable abomination.
Like we can spend the rest of this hour doing Luther's insults. There's a whole website dedicated to who cataloged all of his insults.
You should have went into a career of being a comedian.
All right. Well, any closing statements then, Ninjato?
Let me see. Let me find a good Lutheran insult for this film.
You're an abomination.
You're an abomination. All right.
Okay. This film is dumber than Seraphim frogs and fishes.
All right then.
What is a seraphim frog?
Man, what is that?
I don't know. Or it does nothing with all of its profusion of words but fight a fire with dry straw.
Dang. You know, I'm gonna go with Master. Something about you're an abomination is just that's amazing.
Yeah,
really funny.
Yeah, there's just. Oh, here's another one. Here's the final one.
All right.
Fully on you, you servant of idols.
Servant of idols. Ooh.
Idols.
Oh, idols. Ooh. Dang.
Cuts to V2. Cuts to Hololive fans.
Okay.
Oh man, the Pope was a Hololive fan all along. Oh man, no wonder why he was doing all this indulgences shit. It was just to make money for super chats.
Guys, hear me out.
Okay.
Okay. A comedian who just cosplays as Luther and stay in character and it's make joke like if my to make jokes.
All right.
Complete with looting insults.
That'd be something. What were you gonna say, Mash?
Against the Hunters. Oh, sorry.
Nah, it's fine. I was getting my names mixed up for a minute there. What were you trying to say, Not?
Here's one about the Hunters. Since you are such vulgar blockheads that you think such lewd and stupid gossip will harm me or bring you honor, you are the real Huntworsts, blockheads, bores, and dunderheads.
Alright. Okay, so with that said then, we can move on to Batman. There's a Batman. Matchstick. And the Batman. Actually, real quick. Hold on, real quick. I can't believe I ignored this. I just saw this just now. You know what? Chelsea probably did this while I was using the bathroom and getting more tea. Chelsea tipped me $10 and she said, "Happy Halloween. This is going to be a fun stream." Thank you, Chelsea. And if my eyes are seeing correct, which probably they're not because I have squinty eyes. Give me 1 second. Let me just check something real quick. If what I'm seeing is indeed correct, then let me see. We have reached our goal of the month. We reached it. Woo! Thank you, Chelsea.
Yeah.
We reached it, so we are now at, what is that number? 56.99. Thank you, Chelsea. We are 114% above our goal. So thank you, Chelsea. Thank you a lot. That does help, and your money will be put to good use because I'm gonna use it to buy Sonic Frontiers, so that way I can stream it.
Wait, Sonic Frontier?
Yeah, it's coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's coming out in 2 weeks. November 8th.
But never mind. I was thinking about a different game.
Alright.
Anyway, Batman.
Alright. Batman Matchstick. Matchstick?
I'm vengeance.
Dun dun
Dun,
dun
dun, dun, dun. Alright, so
Arkham Asylum was made back in 2009 by a company called Rocksteady, who previously made a game called only one game called Urban Chaos Riot Response. Which is like a riot's happening and you're a police guy who's killing all the rioters or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But eventually they were contracted out for a Batman game and they blew away WB who loved it. And at 2009 it released onto like the Xbox 360 era games.
Nice.
It was inspired by stuff like the Neil Adams and Frank Miller eras of Batman, like 70s, 80s. But above all, it was inspired by Grant Morrison's Arkham Asylum on Arkham Asylum, a serious house on serious Earth. And it shares the very vague
What's
line
noise?
Oh no, I'm just messing with something.
Oh, okay.
Real quick, but when you mean Frank Miller, this is before he went crazy.
Yeah.
Alright.
More before he went crazier.
This is before he made that. This is before he made that weird terrorist.
Frank Miller went fucking weird.
Alright. But
Alright,
continue.
And it was also inspired by stuff like Batman and the animated series. You know, all your big hitters before like 2009. The vague plot line is that Batman has captured the Joker and is taking him to Arkham Asylum. But he's like, Joker went in a little bit too easy this time, so I'm gonna keep watch over him. Joker breaks out.
Nothing bans in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. Joker breaks out all of his goons who were stationed there because the fire occurred at Blackgate.
Oh.
And he also released a whole bunch of other supervillains to distract Batman while he tries to do his own thing. And Batman has to stop the goons, stop the supervillains, and stop Joker. While also saving stuff like people like Commissioner Gordon and also all the other Arkham personnel. The voice acting, the two big ones is Mark Hamill is the Joker and Kevin Conroy's Batman. Classic animated series people, so they have all the chemistry and stuff like that. Not to mention, it's the last role of Arlene Sorkin as Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You also have Kimberly Brooks, who is my favorite. Barbara Gordon, who's as Oracle. You got Wally Wingert as my favorite Riddler.
All right.
Yeah, and I think those are the big ones. But you also have characters like Bane, Victor Zsasz, and his first notable out-of-comic appearance. Because how the fuck are you gonna do Victor Zsasz out of comics before then? He's not showing up on the animated series. Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, Bane, and eventually it was released to the public, and they loved it. Spawned several sequels. Big game. But enough of that. We got is the setting, which is the big one. This is why our Arkham Asylum is on this list.
All right.
Because it is Arkham Asylum, a gothic and creepy fucking mental asylum. It is literally named after, I think it's named after Lovecraft's hometown.
Huh.
I think I'm gonna
No, Arkham.
Or another place that Lovecraft was at.
Lovecraft would often feature in his work. It was in the Shadow over Isthmus, the Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, they literally ripped off Lovecraft. They just sort of goes, "Oh, that's a nice name of an asylum, Arkham." Yeah, it's ours now.
Yeah, and now
it
it's,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, Lovecraft is a bit dead. I don't think he would care. He'd probably scream autistically because it's not set in Rhode Island.
or North Shore of Massachusetts, because that's where Innsmouth is.
Lovecraft feared anything that wasn't like white landowning males that was from Rhode Island. You get like a white landowning male from like Georgia, and he'd probably scream and run away. But on Arkham is creepy. It is gothic-y. It's separated into multiple areas. You got your gothic mansion, the Arkham Manor, which is the administrative place. You have the penitentiary, which is more like the prison. You have intensive treatment, which is also sort of like a prison area. You got the medical building, which is a medical building. It's like a creepy hospital. Intensive treatment and the penitentiary are the creepy prisons. You have the botanical gardens, which is a creepy garden. You have the sewers, which is a creepy sewers. It goes through all the gothic-y, lovely. It feels like an old 1800s, early 1900s gothic horror, and it is fun. It is lovely. They chew all the scenery. All the thugs they're a lot more You have a lot more violent
Arkham
conversations.
versus,
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was just gonna say the thing I love the most about Arkham, the Arkham versus Arkham Asylum, is it is because a lot of versions of Arkham Asylum nowadays is either the very old like snake pit asylum idea where it's like, oh, it's metal cells and rotting, like, rotting walls with corrupt staff, or it's just like a maximum security prison. Crazy thing about like the Arkham Asylum of this game is it's a bastardization of both. It's the modern overtaking the old, and nothing seems to work about it. But Arkham Asylum itself doesn't work as a concept. That's what's so disturbing about it.
Yeah. It was originally the Arkham Manor, but the history of Arkham is that it was originally a manor on an island that was owned by Amadeus Arkham's mother. But she died and he inherited it. And
okay, we're back. Okay, we're back.
Amadeus Arkham, one of his former patients called I think Mad Dog Hawkins.
All right.
Something like that.
Yes.
He broke out of his own facility and killed and did other stuff to Amadeus's wife and daughter.
Oh.
And when he set up the Elizabeth Arkham Asylum, the Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane, where he ended up killing Mad Dog Hawkins intentionally by electrifying him.
Wow.
Because these old timey mental hospitals with like fucking what's the word? They like shove ice picks in your head and like do electrosurgery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A crackpot. It was like crackpot medicine.
Yeah. Amadeus Arkham was eventually found out for another crime and imprisoned in his own asylum.
Ironic.
Yeah, where he died there, and you can find his grave.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, in the modern day, it is used to house most of the supervillains in Gotham. And they eventually built over the old Gothic manor and built like modern prison system buildings and a hospital. And
without cleaning a facility on top of that.
And it's a pretty shitty place. They had a lot of funding recently to upgrade the stuff, and that's not helping at all.
Yeah, because the warden's corrupt.
The warden is corrupt. We find out the warden also thinks he's the They took this from the original Arkham Asylum book, but he thinks he's a reincarnation of Amadeus Arkham.
Oh, fun.
The thing starts up.
Sure thing.
Okay, we're good.
We're back.
Go ahead, Not.
I just want to say, playing through Asylum and City again, back to back, Paul Dini's the best. His dialogue is wonderful.
He's
like.
I think the in my opinion, Arkham Asylum, well, its plot is very simple, but its dialogue is fucking amazing. The Arkham City plot is it's good, not great, but again, the dialogue is amazing. And Arkham Origins, well, not penned by Paul Dini, I think the plotting is best in that one, and the dialogue holds up too.
Yeah, this is like we'll be talking about the other Arkham games, but
yeah, we'll get to that later. I have still Arkham Asylum also holds a whole bunch of like Batman himself is no stranger to gothic horror. He kind of fits in that, and this is when the atmosphere there's like blacks and blues and grays and greens and browns, like streaked with color once in a while, like golds and reds, which really the color palette. Not to mention the creepy the creepy architecture, the plantery, the prisoners who looks like they've been experimented on, the giant moon. It all adds to this wonderful atmosphere. It's just so creepy and spooky. Not, you were about to say something? No.
I think he's busy.
Okay.
I just
Arkham is just gorgeous in this game. It's so fun. But onto it. But Batman, you have also his villains, which lead to the themes of the story. Joker clearly is like mad as fuck. You also have the Scarecrow and Harley Quinn, which are ex-Arkham doctors, who are also madmen and fearmongers. You have Killer Ivy. You have some of the more crazier Batman villains like Ivy, Zaz, Scarecrow. They wanted to do Mad Hatter, but they couldn't fit him. But they couldn't fit him into the story, which I could have fit him into the story. It was between the penitentiary, I think the front doors should have been locked, so you could have gone into a hedge mage to get into the back, which I think would have either that or the Arkham Manor or the Botanical Gardens. And then you encounter Mad Hatter there, which they wanted to do in a hedge mage. It was a missed opportunity not having Mad Hatter in there. But the gameplay, it was originally based on a rhythm game, but eventually they developed a free flow system, and which is why it's so. And eventually, this is why it's so the foundation for why the Arkham games, the gameplay is so addictive. Not to mention the Predator combat, which you going up into the gargoyles and going down into the ground below to choke out a thug before going back up into the gargoyles and seeing the other thugs screaming and flailing about, wondering where are you. It just makes it feel like Batman.
That's definitely like my problem with the game, though. Like that got expanded upon with the sequel, which is.
No, I'll let you finish.
Which is like there wasn't really a lot of options
in the first game.
Yeah, to do stuff.
But I'm gonna give it a pass because it was the first game, and for a first game, holy shit, they did a lot. And
yeah, like
this is the foundation, It's the first step, and they avoided. I'd say this game avoided game syndrome. Installment syndrome.
Okay.
Which, first installment syndrome is usually like they're finding their footing. It's not so good as the other stuff, but holy shit, Arkham Asylum is fucking amazing from the get-go. It has very little problems. Oh yeah, I think the biggest problems is the boss fights.
Okay.
They're just okay. They're just mediocre. Aside from Poison Ivy, which I think was pretty good. Yeah, the other one was pretty mediocre.
The Arkham series always had that problem.
Except for Origins.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like a consistent issue has always been like the boss fights has been disappointing.
Yeah. I would actually say the first installments they're all consistent. The first installments were consistently mediocre, except Ivy's boss battle, which was pretty fun, pretty okay. Second, Arkham City's boss battles are all consistently pretty good, but not great. Arkham Origins boss battles are consistently great, and Knight has no boss battles.
All right.
And I don't count the tank combat. They suck.
Yeah, they claim to have boss battles, but they're not.
Quick detour. Soda number 3.
Oh.
If you want to use a little PNG.
Smuggler's Rum.
Smuggler's Rum.
That's a cool name.
Yep.
All right, let's see.
All right.
This is. Oh god.
But Batman is no stranger to spooky horror, and you'll get plenty of this in this game.
Very
especially with the
coconutty.
Scarecrow segments.
Yeah, the Scarecrow segments are so fun when you get fear toxin.
I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm Leonic. How does it taste?
I like it. It's tropical, like very coconutty, but also a little some sort of fruit. I think pineapple. I could be wrong. I like it though.
Okay.
Okay, there have been Leonic's
sort of a beachy flavor.
So
Beachy.
there's been Leonic's soda tasting, guys.
All right.
After this, I have one more, but we'll get to that.
All right. Okay.
I think one of the most unnerving segments in the game for me is not so much the
oh, excuse me.
the Scarecrow sections, even though the Scarecrow sections. Bless you, Jimmy. Even though the Scarecrow sections are really damn good, the most unnerving section for me is the what do you call it? The part of the penitentiary where you get to Clayface itself, and during that part of the game, the music died. You don't hear anything. And it's like all you hear is like the subtle strings. And that's about it. And it's like you're stuck hearing like Clayface imitating Sharp and Gordon. Asking him to let him out. And that creeps me out. So just and it's like that potentially Clayface, whether or not he could get out, and that's scary as shit.
All right.
Yeah, because when you like turn around and turn back, Clayface is another dude.
Yeah.
Anybody else has anything to say on Arkham?
I do want to play Arkham games one day.
Why is that place still open?
Wait, you haven't played the Arkham games yet?
No, I haven't played any of them yet. I want to change that.
Shit. Chingus. Fucking shit. Clear your calendar. We're gonna play Arkham Asylum next month.
Next month? Oh, dang! All right.
They're really old games, so they're probably on sale, so I can get them off really cheap.
Okay.
It's probably $20 right now.
Okay, let me check.
Oh, you're gonna check? All right.
Yeah, they're all like $20.
Okay.
There should be a sale, but usually they're also on sale.
Well, at the moment, I'm saving up again for Sonic Frontiers, but
or at least sometime soon.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like I said, I do want to play the Arkham games. So.
Okay, with that, I have to.
If we can't do Arkham Asylum soon, at least do in December. At least play Arkham Origins in December.
That's a good idea. Arkham Origins in December. All right.
That's what I always do.
Yeah. I'm gonna head to bed now. So have a good night, guys.
All right.
Good night, man. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. Okay, with that said, then... Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, these, I think as time went on, I appreciate how, like, cause Asylum is creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Asylum is no doubt, like, very creepy. Not just with the scarecrow stuff, but just like, the atmosphere. It's just like, there's like this, like, where's your atmosphere? What? I can't eat at a restaurant without atmosphere. Food, water, atmosphere. It's like the atmosphere is wonderful in like Asylum. Just like every like all the places just look creepy, run down, and grungy. And then Arkham City is a really haunting game. Like I'm surprised that by the time I ended that game, I just sat. You know, I'm surprised that it still had me sitting there at the credits, just like realizing what happened. It's like Asylum. I wholesale recommend.
Okay.
All of the games have, except for Night, have great atmosphere. Arkham Asylum has a classic gothic horror atmosphere. Arkham City is a very escape from New York type of game. And Arkham Origins is you could just taste the Christmas spirit.
You could taste
the Christmas spirit, Jack.
The Christmas spirit. All right. Okay.
Okay.
I don't go. All right. So.
Oh,
actually, real quick. I am gonna share my screen again here, mostly for comment. Since I want to time this right with comment. Get in your comment. I want to time this right with you.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so now we can time it right. Okay, so with that said then, we can move on now. So Mr. Comet. So we talking zombies.
Oh, we're talking killers. The classic horror movie. We're talking about Dead by Daylight. Hooked on You.
What was that?
Hooked on You edition.
And here we go.
Okay, Chelsea, that's your cue.
This is like I said. I feel like I warned you ahead of time when I was asking comment, what is with your taste in your the stuff you're watching these days or playing?
No, I had played this game was on sale on Steam with Dead by Daylight, so I bought both.
Chelsea, it wasn't a red herring, but it's kind of close to it, I guess.
I just did this as a joke. Well, this game, no one. But seriously, Dead by Daylight is a good game.
All right.
Get it? This game, no one expected this.
So what is this game?
You remember that thing that KFC did a while back, where they made the Colonel dating simulator?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Comet, what are you playing these days, man?
Oh, I just wasn't gonna get this by sale on sale along with Dead by Daylight, so I just got it. So
right.
it's a dating simulator.
I can tell.
Wait, you're trying to romance the characters from Dead by Daylight. Well, 4 of them: the Trapper, the Wrath, the Spirit, and the Huntress.
All right.
And it's very, very, it's like a dark humor and very self-aware, which is a pro and a con.
All right.
Because in order for the parody to work, you gotta take yourself a little bit seriously, but they went a little overboard with it.
Huh.
And I also call this a okay, I gotta time this right.
Oh, okay.
An abomination of wave. Oh, dang it, hold on.
It's an abominable abomination.
Yes, abominable abomination of Wavepad official Wavepad fanfiction.
Ah. I see.
But apparently the entity, and the funny thing is this could very well be canon to the main game, because the entity feeds off of emotions, essentially.
Okay.
Okay, you guys want to hear a fun, funny story I found?
Yes.
Just interrupt. Okay, the Passion of Joan of Arc, one of cinema's greatest classics, was thought to have been lost until a nearly perfect print turned up in a closet of an insane asylum. They found it in an insane asylum.
It's not the weirdest place that a movie's been found.
In Norway.
In Norway, like, I think I can't remember. I can't remember the movie, but there was a movie that was found in there was the full print of a movie that we thought was lost to time. That was found in a Transylvanian castle.
Huh. But was it transsexual Transylvania?
Okay, it wasn't from outer space.
God damn it. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my night is ruined.
Okay, so it's like, okay, the game starts out that you end up with, let's just call Anon, because that's pretty much what it is. Keep in mind, this is not like Kadawa Sojo writing.
Okay.
You know, this is like a cheap thing they did for the lols.
Huh.
But at the same time, I kind of like this one joke where they have the Murderers Island, but also they have IP Island.
IP Island.
Essentially, the joke, that's where all the in the original Dead by Daylight, they have all these other characters like Nemesis, Albert Wesker, Michael Myers, Leatherface. You know, stuff that costs lawyers. They depend in. So they have this island, separate island called IP, and Ghostface appears for a few split seconds, but the entity has to tell him to go away, saying that copyright lawyers are expensive.
Well, force wall breaking there, I see.
Yeah, which is another con. They do it, like I said, they do it too much. It's funny, but it's funny if you hear, but then they do it so much that, you know, something can become too self-aware.
Yeah, no, I know that. Huh.
Yeah, here's the choices between my option. You have Raph, who's like each one's represent a stereotype they find on like the love dating show. So you have the Raph from left to right. Raph, who is the shy one, awkward, shy, secretive introvert.
Okay.
Trapper, who's the jock, the rich jock with a rich dad, full of himself. Wait, the second guy.
Okay.
You have the last one. You have emo golf girl Spirit.
I know who Kamen likes.
Emo golf girl Spirit, who only drinks locally sourced and only read public domain, and believe that love is a concept created by greeting card companies.
Oh, so he's just Brian. He's a pretentious douchebag. Okay.
More like cynical. Very, very cynical.
Alright.
Very cynical. And then there's Huntress.
Is she the big muscle girl?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. There we go. We know who Kamen's gonna date.
And like there's some dark humor in the game. Like you have Claudia and DeWitt, one of the two sides from the main game, who's as the coordinators.
Okay.
And they constantly, well, they like essentially no matter what they do, they can't escape. No matter what.
Alright.
Like they literally try to off themselves, but they keep coming back to life like Deadpool.
Huh.
Which is in line with the main game when where like the whole like I didn't want to drain you of all each of your emotions.
Okay.
Every time you sacrifice it, it just brings you back to life, so you can do the trials all over again.
Huh. Alright.
Well, and also in this game, shit. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
In this game, yeah. Just gonna wake myself up a little bit. Okay. In this game, there's 3 endings. There's the bad ending,
Okay.
which you end up with you dead. The friendship ending, which is better than that, but not exactly good.
Okay.
And then there's the romance ending, which is a lot.
The one you
better.
want.
Yes, the one you want.
Alright.
But the friendship ending is some cases better than the other. I only went through the spirit route and the huntress route. With spirit, she just haunts you for the rest of your life if you just get friendship.
Okay.
Huntress, well, you remember the Animaniacs with little Myra when she take care of her pets?
I think.
Yeah. Well, see. Well, the thing about Huntress, she's never been raised around people, so she's not quite understand when you keep them, you're supposed to feed them water.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, like I say, it's in the same vein that KLC dating and just it was like what, $5-10? What it was like, you get what you pay for. You know, don't expect Kadawa Sojo, which reminds me I still gotta finish that game.
It was fun.
Yeah, but it's like it makes reference to like the main lore and I think the bad part is the entity who keeps talking to you.
Right.
Like there's multiple. If you make bad choices, you end up dead.
Mm-hmm.
And they killed by the entity because you didn't agree to do something you're supposed to do, but you do something stupid with the others. We won the romance option.
But
yeah.
So this game is canon to the lore of Dead by Daylight?
I mean, it could be.
It could be. I don't know how I feel about that. Alright.
Yeah, but and of course, yeah, like I said, like there's pros. Like I said, the entity can be the character entity can be one of the cons and pros of this game. Pros that can be funny, little interaction, but the con is that they overdo it. And the mini games in this game is simple, it's literally just like spin the wheel.
Okay.
And timing. Again, $10, you get what you pay for.
You get what you paid for.
Yeah.
Alright.
And the main game is fun too, let's talk about the main game a little bit, if we don't mind. The main game is, well, like I said, it's fun. You get Ashley Williams.
Oh, okay.
I mean, SDLC.
Oh.
The only thing bad thing he doesn't have boomstick.
All right.
And you get Chris Redfield as a skin for Leon Kennedy. Nemesis. And also get Nemesis.
Okay.
Albert. I find it funny that they got all these characters in there that usually will like fight back if they could.
Okay.
I don't hope they put Chris in as a separate character and just give him a boulder punching ability.
Punches boulders.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, but I said that's good. I would recommend both games. One that get the second one. Get it if you like have a little. Just want some fun to play through. It's not the best writing. It's like I call it cringe funny.
Okay.
It's cringe and funny at the same time. You know what I mean?
I guess. I suppose. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, it's Dead by Dead and Hooked on You. It's sort of like Actually, I know a better way to describe it. It's like a parody of like a light novel harem anime.
Oh.
So it's self-insert sort of thing.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yes. So the pros is, fun, funny to watch, spirit, Huntress.
Yeah, I figured you would talk about Huntress.
That was a joke, by the way. I was trying to be funny, but anyway.
Sure. Let's call it a show.
But but the main, like I said, both games are good. Dead by Daylight will have you on, but like I said, both games are good. Get them. Dead by Daylight will have you at the edge of your seat, especially those mini games in the meme game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then.
And sorry, I'm talking a little slow. Just trying to stay awake.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't go ahead.
No, I was just making noise.
Okay. Okay. So with that said, then we can move on now. So, all right. There we go. So here's what we're waiting for. So everyone, do yourself a favor, strap yourself in, get some drinks, food, or whatever. Cause SGD's talking about Digimon again. So that's gonna take a while.
Not ready. I need to fiddle with some notes some more.
Oh my goodness. He's making notes as we speak. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh no, we gotta make notes.
No.
When SGT makes notes, it's gonna be a long one.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and he muted himself too. Oh, okay. Well, then we're gonna have to get back to SGD then. Okay, so in that case, we'll skip SGD for now. We'll come back to him. We're changing the lineup last minute. So in that case, I guess to prepare ourselves for going into the realm of Japan, we will now instead go to Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider. Kamen
RX.
RX. Well, I'm talking about the original Kamen Rider. Mr. Kamen Rider Ichigo. Kamen Rider. So yeah, I don't go ahead.
You mean Sekiro Santro?
Yes, I mean Santro. I don't know how to say his name. Okay, so real quick, just real quick background information and all that. This is Kamen Rider. This is a Japanese tokusatsu show. What is tokusatsu? Well, for you Westerners that refuse to watch, your Japanese shit, Power Rangers. There you go. That's tokusatsu. Power Rangers is tokusatsu. Power Rangers fans will refuse to, agree with that, but they're wrong. Power Rangers is tokusatsu.
Wait, there are Power Ranger fans who refuse to believe that?
I don't know. Common. It's the internet. There's gonna be people who believe that shit. there's gonna be people that say Power Rangers is not tokusatsu, even though you're literally taking, Japanese Sentai material and adapting it for, American audiences. That's tokusatsu nonetheless. So Kamen Rider is tokusatsu. Your typical Power Rangers shit for people who don't know what I'm talking about. You people dress up in these rubber suits and they fight other people in rubber suits with special effects going on. And I could do a whole 2 cents on tokusatsu alone, especially if I'm talking about Ultraman and shit, because Ultraman is my jam, but so is Kamen Rider. And this series, I'm specifically talking about the original Kamen Rider series. The original Kamen Rider series. Well, I'm gonna talk. Now, Nick, I told you I would relate this to horror. I'll get to it in a minute, but first I just gotta do this real quick. So this, at least, the first Kamen Rider was created in 1971. It was created in 1971, and it lasted up until 1973. At least the original Kamen Rider series. And then after that, a whole bunch of sequels and spin-offs and all that stuff happened, and it franchised into what we know now. Kamen Rider is currently celebrating, I believe, its 50th anniversary with Kamen Rider Revice and the newly released show that just came out, I believe, yesterday, Kamen Rider Black Sun, which is a reboot of Kamen Rider Black. Which I'll probably do a 2 cents on that when I finish that series.
Just Kamen Rider, but a black guy's main character.
I wish.
His suit isn't even black.
I
red.
wish that was the case, but that would be funny. But
Japanese would do that.
They would do that. Oh, let me take another sip of tea. Okay, so another quick thing before I get into this, I gotta talk about at least the real quick premise of what this show, what this original Kamen Rider is. That's a loud chair, Matchstick. That's a loud chair. Okay, so.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, this series specifically is centered around a young man named Takeshi Hongo, or as people know his actor better as Sega Tanjiro from the Sega commercials. But Sega doesn't do game consoles anymore. Why? Yeah, that's a long story.
Yeah, how does that say long story?
Yeah, that's a long story. But Sega Tanjiro is Takeshi Hongo, the protagonist of our story. He's a young Japanese jack of all trades, brilliant man. He's super smart, but he's also really strong. But he's also able to, but he's also really good at his motorcycle. Kamen Rider has a rider in his name because he rides a motorcycle, and Kamen means masked rider, masked motorcycle rider. So this man, Takeshi Hongo, gets captured by Shocker. Now, what is Shocker? Shocker is an evil organization. Shocker! Semaru.
You can't escape me!
Shocker!
Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll
chase you to the end of the earth!
You know what's funny? It sounds Ichiko would actually say that.
He would say something like that. Oh no, go ahead, Nod.
Hey. Shocker. An evil organization who loves humanity so much. They want to improve them by making them robots.
So, well, that's
Sounds like a Gundam villain.
Well, that's the current take on Shocker going on in Hideaki Anno's movie Shin Kamen Rider. But the original Shocker from the 1971 series, none of that shit. No, they're literally just Nazis. Just straight up
also
Nazis.
Sounds like Gundam villains.
This is a terrorist organization that was literally founded by surviving Nazi members. So Nazis are secretly invading Japan, going by the alias Shocker, and their goal to take over Japan and rule the world and all that stuff is to create cyborg animal monster hybrid thingamajigs.
Are they led by Peter Cushing?
I wish, but no.
Wait, animal cyborg?
Okay, like they called them cyborgs, but they were never. cyborg is used very usefully because like a lot of times there's when with the special effects they use, like that's a lot of guts and bloods for a cyborg. All right.
No. So also Shocker is responsible for Adolf Hitler, Starfish
Adolf Hitler, but that's for future Kamen Rider movies. But like Shocker is legitimately just unapologetically evil. They are actual straight up literal fucking Nazis. Their leader, the leader Dai Shocker, is literally a guy in a red Ku Klux Klan outfit, hood and all that. Wait,
so Kamen Rider is just the just the justice, it's just the fight of racism.
Yeah.
At the end of the show, does he go up? He doesn't go, Michelle Obama, I did it. I stopped racism.
I'm gonna say the N-word. Mrs. Obama, get down!
Hold on, I could literally look up Shocker leader. Like here. Let me show the Shocker leader. Like, here we go. Great leader of Shocker. Let me also show this to chat through a window share. Like this. Like, look at this shit. This is literally just a go away Mario movie trailer. Nobody gives a shit about you at the moment. Sorry, Chris Pratt, but look at this. It's literally just a red Ku Klux Klan hood and all that. Just straight up. This. Oh wait, window share is not working. Okay, hold on. There we go. Look at that. Look at this shit.
Who are you looking at, Pinhead?
Who are you looking at?
Who you calling Pinhead?
But look at this shit. It's literally just a red Ku Klux Klan hood. Shocker is just a straight up, unapologetically evil organization. There is no redeeming factors about it. And there's something charming about that.
Also, they're like their grunt. I forgot what they call their grunts. Did they also do like a Nazi salute?
Something like that. They're nowadays whenever they portray Shocker, they just do the 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 little E sound. But
no. When they did the E sound, they also did the salute, the Roman salute.
Well, they just do that in general now. Like the Shocker troops will literally just straight up just. That's their language. That they converse just going ee. Okay, but as I was saying though, so Shocker, this unapologetically evil organization, captures Takeshi Hongo, and they turn him into their cyber. I'm getting static from your end, comment.
Awesome. Static?
Yeah, like this like static noise, like. Okay, it's better now. But so Shocker captures Takeshi Hongo and turns him into one of their cyborg mutant creature troop majig and the things, and they will call him Bataman. No, that's just what they were intentionally gonna. That's intentionally what they were gonna call him, which essentially Bata is Japanese for grasshopper, so Grasshopper Man. But then instead, Takeshi Hongo, before he could completely turn into their mindless soldier, with the help of, I forgot his name, Professor something.
He looks like a Mexican wrestler.
Oh my goodness. But some professor guy, I forgot his name. He breaks Takeshi Hongo free, and Takeshi Hongo now uses his newfound abilities as a cyborg to be the superhero Kamen Rider Ichigo, which means 1, because Kamen Rider 2 comes later on in the series, but we'll get to that. So, with that all said, how the hell does this relate to Halloween? It doesn't. But there is a spooky element that could kind of fit for the Halloween spooky theme. Okay, so...
It does tie to Halloween, Cengiz. Kamen Rider is a masked rider. People wear masks on Halloween.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, SGD.
Not good enough.
Okay, no, so... Okay, so... Hold on, let me take another sip of tea.
Chang is trying to eliminate the time frame for when he has to explain that it's not really Halloween related.
Okay, no. Okay, so here's the thing.
Yes, this better be Janice, this better be Halloween related, or I'm sending you to the Congo, and then you'd have to become a Chongo.
It's not. It's horror related. Oh my goodness, Nick. No, okay, so it's horror related. So here's the thing. So at least the original concept for Kamen Rider had this one element to it that was common for a lot of Showa era Kamen Riders, but eventually went away as time went on. So Kamen Rider initially had its roots in sort of the concept of body horror, in the sense of becoming this cyborg creature majik thing that works for an evil organization. So back then, this is during the 70s. The idea of like a cyborg was, a very foreign concept, obviously, and because it's foreign, in a sense, it's kind of scary when you think about it. Like imagine, like there's a body horror element to it. Like imagine your body is no longer your body. It's this grasshopper man's robot thing. So in a sense, there is that horror aspect to it. Now there's a body horror aspect. Now another horror aspect that was a huge theme about Kamen Rider, at least the original Kamen Rider, was the idea of the loss of humanity. There was a huge emphasis on the loss of humanity, but in the sense of the physical sense, when it comes to being a cyborg. So there's that horror element there. Like imagine one day you wake up and you find out that again your body is not your own. It's this weird robotic grasshopper thingy majig. It's not your own. You look at your hands. It's not your hands.
So he's a grasshopper man?
That's what he's supposed to be.
That sounds like a Spider-Man villain.
No, but well. See, we here in America we got Spider-Man. In Japan, they got Kamen Rider, Grasshopper Man. And
he legitimately sounds like some like minor Spider-Man villain that you'd like look up on YouTube videos to find out about.
But he's not. And so
it's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny, but like in a sense, there is that element of this body horror slash, again, this the idea of loss of humanity. Oh, don't you yawn at me, man.
Sorry.
I'm joking. Don't worry. I understand. If you gotta call it a night, go ahead. I'm joking. But in a sense, this is an aspect of horror that hasn't been visited by Kamen Rider for a while now, and in a sense, that's why I'm interested in new Kamen Rider Black Sun, which is a reboot of Kamen Rider Black, because it seems like they're going back to that origins of this idea of like your body all of a sudden just becoming a monster, like you don't recognize it, like again, like the cyborg aspect, like imagine you like this is a huge part of it. Like Takeshi Hongo is a very angry soul because he feels his humanity has been robbed. He's not human anymore. He's something else. His heart is still human, but in general, he's not. Well, more like his soul is still human, but everything else is not human anymore. He's this grasshopper robot creature thing. This is not his body. What is this? What is he looking at? Like his strength is increased beyond human strength. He could jump really high and all that. And in a sense, it's an interesting take on this sort of thing. Like imagine if Peter Parker got bitten by the spider, but his reaction, instead of being like, hey, this is cool, I could use this to make money and shit. Imagine instead Peter Parker's reaction was, what the fuck happened to me? What is this? This is not me. This is not my body. What is this shit? Get it away from me. I don't recognize it. It scares me. I don't like it. So it's this really at least to me, that's why I want to talk about it. It's this really interesting take on horror, at least a horror element to this superhero franchise that hasn't been visited in a while. So this was a prevalent theme throughout Showa era Kamen Rider. So Kamen Rider is usually split into different eras based on whoever the emperor is. So you got a Showa, we got a Heisei. Yeah,
that's Hirohito was still alive. So.
Oh, he is.
Showa.
Oh.
That's Japanese entertainment in general.
But we got Showa, we got Heisei, and currently right now we're in the Reiwa era. So we're in the Reiwa era, so we got revised and stuff. But then it's heavily in the Showa era. A huge theme that's sprung up from this first show, Kamen Rider 1971, Kamen Rider 1, was again the idea of this organization robs you of your humanity. You look in the mirror and you realize that's not your body. You're not yourself. Like for obviously a budget reasons, it shows that you could still look human, but when you look in the mirror, you see it's still you could tell that's you look human, but you're not human. Here, Nick. Here's how I could relate it to you. You know how in Transformers Express, for our fanfiction, we had that, after the whole Slash ordeal, Shadow Striker is back to normal, but she doesn't view herself as normal again.
Yes.
That's essentially what's going on. It's like that. It's like that psychological horror as well. Again, that you look human, but and you think and you're not human. You're something else. But in a sense, with that take on Kamen Rider, there's also another reason why I like Kamen Rider is because despite all that, Takeshi Hongo, despite knowing he's not human, he is literally a monster he's literally like this Frankenstein monster created for evil. He still chooses to use these powers, to fight against evil, to be a hero. But despite knowing that, he's not human anymore. And at least to me, that's inspirational. That's inspirational. You're able to take a terrible, terrible, traumatic event that happened to your life, and you're able to use it to, for the betterment of mankind. And there's something inspirational about that. That's why I like Kamen Rider. And that, in a sense, that's really all I want to say. Just my 2 cents on that, how there's this aspect of Kamen Rider that isn't really there anymore, because as time went on, starting especially in the Heisei era, this view on cybernetic cyborg bodies and stuff changed. It's no longer a foreign concept where it's something that you're wary and kind of scared of. All of a sudden now, nowadays, especially nowadays, when you think of cyborg, it's hey, cyborgs are cool. I want a robot arm. I want a robot body. Yeah, at least that's how, that's what the higher ups behind Kamen Rider think. Toei, that's their belief, and in a sense, it kind of reflects on that. So ever since the Heisei era, they've been slowly going away from this idea of the body horror aspect, where now Kamen Rider is just more it's an Iron Man suit. You went from cyborg to Iron Man suit. Some of the more recent Kamen Rider shows, they'll straight up have an Iron Man heads up display scene going on and stuff.
Well, it's kind of interesting how I guess from a layman's point of view, Kamen Rider kind of turned from a hero that was made, a hero that was sort of created from the evils of the world, to just because that was sort of the point of Ryuki, right? It was hey, you want to be a Kamen Rider? Yeah, sure. Here you go. Here's this belt. Here's your coin. Now you can do a henshin.
Oh, cool. Great. Now go fight these other Kamen Riders. What?
It's getting late for me. You guys have a good night.
All right, have a good night.
Night, man.
how can I master? So yeah, it's like it's let's focus on what you. It's less focus on the idea of what you've become, being a hero in spite of that, and more just having the abilities to transform into something greater than yourself, which is different.
Well, there is that, but at the same time, though, the one consistent thing about Kamen Rider is there's still a bit of aspect of the idea of, your powers come from a great evil. So usually nowadays, most Kamen Riders, to kind of pay homage to that original idea of Kamen Rider, is their powers either still come from this source of evil, or this great evil uses the same power as the hero. So let's say, for example, more recent Kamen Rider, so like everything's based around toys for, transformation gimmicks. So let's say your new Kamen Rider series, in order to transform, your toy, your gimmick is an app on your phone. So the great evil of the series, the bad guys, the antagonists, they can turn their powers also come from using that same app on their phone. So, in a sense, there's still that aspect of your power comes from evil, or at the very least, this evil shares your power. But again, that aspect of that you were transformed by this great evil directly is not really there anymore. So it's an interesting thing, and that's actually that's really why I'm really excited for Shin Kamen Rider, and that's why I'm really interested in Kamen Rider Black Sun, which is the idea that these are going kind of more back to that Showa era roots. Based on the trailers I've seen, it seems like for Kamen Rider, for Shin Kamen Rider, Ano is actually gonna go back to the idea of, your body is not yours anymore. It's something else. There's actually rumors that actually the rumor is that in Shin Kamen Rider, actually kind of an interesting take is that your little belt thing doesn't transform you anymore. Takeshi Hongo in the Shin Kamen Rider is just forever as a cyborg body, and literally to transform, all he does is just put a helmet on top of his head, and really the belt is just there to give him a source of power. But which I think actually that's interesting, because that actually can really tie into the whole body horror aspect. You cannot, unlike the original TV show, you can't change your appearance to look more human. Your face can still be human, but the rest of your body, that's this this grasshopper robot monster body going on. So again, that's why I wanted to talk about Kamen. That Nick is how it relates to spooky, and I guess by default Halloween, because originally Kamen Rider did have this horror element to it that I would like to see come back more, but that's my opinion.
Wait,
Anna, go ahead.
What do you count Shin Kamen Rider as horror?
Shin Kamen Rider? Well, okay, you gotta be specific, Comet, because there's now two Shin Kamen Riders. Remember, there's Ano's movie, and there's that other one in the Showa era.
The organic one.
They say he's a Kamen Rider, so he's a Kamen Rider. Well, he's not really okay, I haven't seen that Shin Kamen Rider. I know it's a more organic transformation, but that's still the Kamen Rider, and I don't know, but I'm assuming if this if it's still Showa era, then his powers his origins is kind of the same. Again, like your body's been transformed into something that's not, or in a sense with Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider is like, you know, your body transforms like a werewolf into this grasshopper monster. So it still applies.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's not.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. You know, that was a bit horror because you know you see a transformation, it's skin peeling off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay. There we go.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I'm gonna have to take this stream, edit all the dead air and all that, and then re-upload it as a VOD on YouTube and stuff. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Okay. SGD, are you done writing notes?
Pretty much.
Okay, there we go. Alright, so with that said, now we can go back to SGD. Alright, so now everyone strap yourselves in. He's gonna talk about Digimon. We're gonna be here for a while.
You know, grab yourself some popcorn, some
Especially since this is the most episodes I've had to talk about it once.
Alright. Continue talking.
Last time was 10. This time it's 13.
Oh my goodness. Alright, just keep talking. I'm gonna go use the restroom myself. But to start us off, so episode 32.
Okay, so how I do this is I do it based on the ending themes. So the latest ending theme went from episode 32 to 44, so that's what we're talking about. A bunch of product information has come out about stuff, which, well, if you know that stuff, you'll probably question why I say some things in talking about the episodes. That's because I try to focus on what I thought at the time of watching the episode for the first time. So I'm going to say stuff like, why are you saying this? This thing shows that this, so you're wrong or you're right or something, because I'm not going to spoil product information. So first is episode 32, Who Are You? Prepare for trouble, make it double. Gamamon gets got by identity theft by the creepiest Digimon to exist, Betsumon, which is it's a Digimon that dresses as a Tailmon, but it's not actually a Tailmon because it's a reference to a cosplayer. So they gender bent her and gave him a bulge. I do think they did well with the creepy factor, especially at the end. Some interesting things to note about Betsumon's disguise is it doesn't kick in instantly. Its hero gets initial shock upon seeing the Betsumon, an unfamiliar Digimon because no one recognizes Gamamon. I think something is going on with the stream. I think go back. Jellymon also got replaced by Betsumon in the episode, but she's gone for most of the episode. That's how she got replaced, because it's so easy to replace someone who's not there. But they don't confirm if Gamamon can tell Jellymon was replaced, because he can tell his doppelganger isn't him, but no one else can. We don't know if the disguise affects the Digimon being replaced or not, because Gamamon meets Clockmon, who doesn't recognize him either, but we never get confirmation that Clockmon encountered a Betsumon. We also get a Mekumon. We got a Mekumon, Chelsea! It's a guy, though. Which... The only depiction of Mekumon are typically female, because the first Mekumon was female, and their evolution has boobs. But Mekumon themselves don't have feminine features, so it's okay to depict one as male. And he also fell victim to the Betsumon and remarks like he's going to disappear. And then he disappears, and they never explain why. Which just furthers Gamamon's identity crisis. And the Mekumon was real because he appears earlier in the episode before appearing to Gamamon, so Gamamon wasn't imagining him. Back in episode 23, we see a hero has a stash of spicy food, that comes back because the Betsimon replacing Gamamon has to eat a lot of chocolate. And because he's not Gamamon, he can only eat so much chocolate without something to balance it out, so he eats spicy food at night from Hero's stash. That'll also be important later. And there's a lot more than 2 Betsimon. There are a lot of Betsimon. And they want to take over the dorm as a staging ground to take over even bigger targets. And they want to ruin people's lives because it's fun. So they just ruin people's lives for the fun of it. And Gamamon sort of eventually gives up trying to convince Hero he's the real one after a point as the Betsimon take over the dorm. And Gamamon decides the only thing he can do is to drown his sorrows in delicious chocolate. So Gamamon ate and 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 ate until at last he said to Rabbit, wait, wrong franchise. That scene reminded me of that scene from Winnie the Pooh where Pooh just ate all of Rabbit's honey. And of course, the Betsugamon has to eat chocolate too, so he engages in an eating contest until he collapses from eating too much chocolate, as foreshadowed earlier in the episode. And then Hero realizes you're not Gamamon, because Gamamon can never have enough chocolate. And Gamamon ends up leaping onto Hero's face. Like, I don't think this scene I don't think a lot of people watched this scene before they decide to air it, because it gets pretty... Rule 34, I wouldn't have to do much to change that scene. Gamamon's face goes red, he's teary-eyed, and his crotch is on Hero's mouth. It's like, oh, okay. And we see the power differential between Wezen Gamamon's attacks and Kino Weissmon's attacks, because Wezen can't scratch the Betsimon who all ambush Hero and Gamamon's picnic. And I don't care for the power differential because Kino Weissmon does away with him like they're nothing, which kind of makes Wezen Gamamon redundant. But I don't like that, because like he's supposed to be Gamamon's strongest evolution before Kino Weissmon. Funny thing is, at the start of the episode, Gamamon's going to meet a friend who's a Gutsumon, but actually a Betsimon disguised as a Gutsumon. And he tells him, like, not to go kaboom. And he saves the day by going kaboom. And Clockmon just shows up at the end. It's like, oh yeah, I'll take care of these Betsimon. I heard what they were up to. It's episode 32, and then we come to ending number 4, Monster Disco, which is better than Those Who Shine Together, I find, but it has a very weak second half. And honestly, the only ending I've liked, like I thought was generally good, was ending 2. I'm still in love with this day. Monster Disco's mid as an ending. It has a strong first half, but doesn't carry it through the second half. And then we get to one of the strangest episodes of Ghost Game, episode 33, Whispers of the Dead. It's a nice scene you got there. It would be a shame if something happened to him. And Kyosho has a near-death experience resulting in him falling prey to a Sepikmon who wants to be his friend. Of course, Sepikmon can only be friends with dead people, so that means Kyosho's gotta go to the afterlife.
Oh.
And honestly, I don't even know what this episode was, because it was a weird episode, and that's mostly because it revolves around a Sepikmon. And the problem with Sepikmon is its communication with the dead. But Digimon come back to life when they die. So how can Sepikmon talk to the dead? It makes more sense when you remember Sepikmon is from the 02 era. They did a lot of stuff with no law considerations back then.
Huh.
it doesn't make things better. It just explains why they did such a stupid idea. But the kids get a wardrobe change from their usual winter outfits to a more summer dress. But this is not reflected in the opening. We do get to see Piccolomon again for the first time since episode 19, and he ate all of Gamon's chocolate, which leads to a fight, and Piccolomon ends up killing Kyoshiro.
Oh.
I'm not joking.
Okay.
A bit bomb goes off and kills Kyoshiro, and he gets transferred to a border between life and death. But Jellymon just resuscitates him with electricity. But then he starts hearing Sepicmon's voice from time to time, and accidents start happening around him.
Oh my
But the
goodness.
subtitles start bothering me again, because they translate Sora Mimi as of imagining things, when Sora Mimi is usually used to refer to hearing things. It's like, why didn't you just say he's hearing things? Because Sora Mimi means to mishear. And because Kyoshiro is not the first person to have these experiences, but I don't think they're tied to Sepicmon, which is a big strike against the episode. Because it just seems to be something that humans can experience without Sepicmon's involvement. When I really think Sepicmon should have been the one responsible for creating the other place Kyoshiro goes to, which is you see a light, then you're in a field of flowers, and then you're in a monochrome version of the real world. Because no one can explain what's going on with Kyoshiro, like they do brain scans and whatnot. So they go to see Mumimon, and we can run into some more problems of the episode. Mumimon invented a medicine to calm down Digimon after the Morphomon incident in episode 23. But it's not finished, so it leaves the patient between a state of life and death. And it also makes them more excited, which that's contradictory. Like, if they're essentially in a coma, how do they get more excited unless he can tell that they've gone to the other place? And like that, this sounds incredibly unethical. Of course, Mumimon thinks the voices and the accidents are unrelated to the voice, and the voices are warning Kyoshiro of the accidents, but Sepicmon is responsible for both. And he thinks the voices are just dead Digimon, which doesn't make sense in Ghost Game's continuity, because dead Digimon come back to life. And he's specifically saying it's dead Digimon and not like the lingering data of Digimon who had untimely deaths. It's specifically dead Digimon. It's like, that doesn't fit. So, of course, Kyoshiro almost gets hit by a car and goes to the other place and finally meets Sepicmon. And Sepicmon explains, like, it wants to kill him so they can be friends. Because it has to drag him, has to open a portal to the Sanzu River and drag him through the Sanzu River so he will be dead.
Jeez.
Okay.
And they translate Sanzu River as River Styx, which I don't care for that, because like we're watching a Japanese TV show in the original language. There are things we're not going to understand. I think it's okay to call the Sanzu River, especially when it's pretty distinct from the River Styx. It's like if someone says...
Well, different meanings in their mythology. You can't just compare the two.
Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna pause you. I'm gonna interrupt you guys right here. This is getting ridiculous. The stream keeps crashing. I don't know what's happening. The connection is keep being fragile. I've closed everything I need to close. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna stop the stream, close OBS, and then boot it back up, start the stream again, and let's see if that solves anything. So give me a minute.